Hey everybody. Uh, I'm not quite sure how this is all going to come out because I just feel I have to put out some information right now and try to get to some people before everything comes crashing down around us. Uh, I'm going to I've got a lot of different clips, and I'm going to try to utilize them so that I don't have to talk so much and it doesn't get so boring or too long. So I'm going to try to do this in a kind of a step-by-step order, but what I want all of you to understand is I'm putting out information here today that I think a lot of you don't understand, and I don't think you really know what's going on, and I'm going to try to explain it. And here's the thing: I'm not doing this to what do I want to say. I don't want to debate on it or anything. You don't have to prove anything to me. What I want you to do is, if you think I'm full of it, go out and research it and prove to yourself that I'm full of it, or prove to yourself that I'm not. That's what I want you to do. And there's ways to do that. And one of them isn't, I call it fake news. Some of you have problems with that, but something I'm going to put up here to start with. I want you to look at that and let it sink in. Because what we're dealing with here, it really has very little to do with Democrats and Republicans, okay? I know that's where the fight seems to be and all of that, but that's exactly what the New World Order, uh, United Nations, they're all in this thing together. And some corporations that are part of the New World Order. And it's almost taken over here, you guys. And China's part of that also. China owns Hollywood. Most people don't know that, but that's very researchable. And propaganda coming out of Hollywood now in their movies and everything, once you understand that, you see it. And that's the problem with all of this. Now, I'm going to put something up here, and I want you guys to let it sink in what it is, because these are the corporations that are part of the New World Order that are taking over the world. And they're here, and they're fairly deeply entrenched here. The problem, when you start talking Democrat, Republican type thing, the Democrats are buried in this thing. And they've sold out. For the most part, they've sold out. There's Republicans that have to, but our problem is the New World Order. But to get to them, you have to understand what's between you and them, or you're going to get bent over. And that's what I'm trying to get through to you today. But I'm going to show you right now. Put a clip on here, and I want you to. I'm going to play it a couple of times so that you get a chance for it to really sink in who these people are and what they're doing in your life and mine. Except once you're aware of it, you can control it to some degree. Okay, so I'll be back in a little while. I'm going to try to talk around this, and I'll try not to talk too much. But I really want you guys to prove these things to yourself, not me, not somebody else. Prove them to yourself, and do it the right way. Okay, I care about all you guys. I'm not just here blowing smoke because I'm trying. I'm seriously trying to save this country, and it's selfish also. I want it for my grandkids, my kids. I want it for everybody, but I want it for myself, and I can't do it by myself. And there's people, when I say myself, there's other people, but we can't do it without the rest of you helping. It's going to get ugly, guys, soon. So please, just listen to what I have to say, research it the right way, and prove it to yourself. Don't just go shine it off because it's too late for that. All right, I'll be back in a little bit.
Did you know that only 6 corporations control 90% of what millions of Americans see, hear, and read every single day? It's the illusion of choice. Think about it. The mainstream media is owned by only a handful of megacorporations with vested interest. But on the other hand, the internet is an interconnected network of billions of sources. So you can research information for yourself from multiple sources, or you can blindly accept what you hear or read in the mainstream media, never questioning what you are being told. This gives you a false sense of reality. I mean, do you actually know what you think you know? Or have you been programmed to accept someone else's version of events? Think about it. This is Darren McBreen. Did you know that only 6 corporations control 90% of what millions of Americans see, hear, and read every single day? It's the illusion of choice. Think about it. The mainstream media is owned by only a handful of megacorporations with vested interest. But on the other hand, the internet is an interconnected network of billions of sources. So you can research information for yourself from multiple sources, or you can blindly accept what you hear or read in the mainstream media, never questioning what you are being told. This gives you a false sense of reality. I mean, do you actually know what you think you know? Or have you been programmed to accept someone else's version of events? Think about it.
So hopefully you understand why it's called fake news. It's all one-sided, you guys. It's all owned by these corporations, and when you understand these corporations are part of the New World Order that is coming in, of course it's one-sided because they're telling you, they're hoping you buy it. And they figure if you hear it enough times, Eric Holder said this thing a couple of years ago when talking about gun confiscation and everything. He said we just have to repeat it over and over enough times that they finally believe it. So that's what they call brainwashing. And that's a simple term, and it gets thrown around and everything, but brainwashing and programming and all that, it's been going on for thousands of years, and they've really got it down to science now. And but the process is always the same, okay? And anybody that doesn't see that MSNBC, CNN, all of them, 98% of everything that they put out is anti-Trump, whatever Trump is doing. Even his wife, she can't even wear shoes or clothes without them saying something negative. And you cannot like Trump all you want. But if you're an honest person, you can't look at this thing and say, well, that's not fair. And it isn't. And it's not supposed to be because they're trying to destroy this man. And again, like I said, you might not like Trump for whatever reason. A lot of it, I suspect, is because you've been lied to about him. And he's just a man, just like everybody else, too. He makes mistakes. He's made mistakes in his life. We all have, you know. But if you start to understand what's going on, he understands what's in progress right now. And he's trying to stop it. And he's not getting a whole lot of help from the public. And it's up to you. If you're going to wind up in slavery, it's going to be because you chose it. And these people have manipulated everything to the point where you're actually starting to choose it. And that's what I'm trying to get through to you today. You have to understand that. You need to understand that these corporations are part of the New World Order, and that's what we're fighting. And the Democrats, for the most part, have sold out to that. And it comes in the form of socialism and communism. And the reason why is because there's full control when you get into those situations. That's why if you get into Marxism and Mao and Stalin and Hitler and everything, the 10 steps to communism are involved with taking guns from the people so they can't fight back, killing free speech, brainwashing them to believe something that isn't even true. But at some point in there, once you have 2 or 3 of those platforms, steps, you have the control you need to go the rest of the way. And then if you get into Agenda 21, or they've got a newer version of Agenda 2030, the UN and the New World Order, they're planning on killing 92% of the population of the earth. Some of you don't believe that. It's in writing. All you have to do is look it up. Okay? And then I can't get into all of this right now, but the thing is like, you start talking about climate change and all this crap. Okay? I care about trees just as much as you do. I care about the environment just as much as you do. The difference is that I understand what's going on here and you don't. See, they're utilizing the idea that you want to save the environment. And so they promote it in such a way that you're sitting there, oh yeah, that's what I want. But if you read what they say, and they put it right out in the open, and because they know you won't read it. But the carbon tax is the only thing that they care about. And the carbon tax, it's right in their papers. It's the carbon tax. They're going to tax the world, the carbon taxes. And that's going to fund the United Nations and the New World Order. That's going to fund them. They don't give a rat's ass about your tree or your environment or the air that you breathe or the water that you're drinking. They don't care about any of that. Because number one, they're going to kill you if you read the papers. You think they care what you're breathing or eating or any of that? That's the problem here. You guys don't understand. You don't get that tyranny is coming in here. It's not in the name of Democrats or Republicans. It's while they've got you split up, Black Lives Matter, LGBTQHW, whatever you're calling yourselves, American Native Indians, feminist, anti-abortion, pro-abortion. These are all groups. It's right in the steps of Marxism, of dividing and conquering the country. Divide and conquer, that's been around so long, everybody throws it around like it's yesterday's news. It's exactly what they do. And they're doing it, and you guys are buying into it hook, line, and sinker. But see, here's the thing. While you're out here fighting these different really important issues, they're taking everything away from you. And by the time that you wake up and figure it out, it's all gone. And this time, it's not like any other time in history. Because of the technology and everything that they have, this time around, there won't be a way out. You won't be able to get out of this. You won't be able to reverse it. Right now is the only time that you've got to fight back on this. And if you don't if we don't stop it now, it's not going to happen. The only thing that's going to change it, and I know some of you don't believe this either, but Jesus Christ is going to come back and end it. I'll go for that because I see what's coming right now, and I'm sorry, you guys, but you guys that are supporting this stuff, you're calling for the mountains, man. You're calling for the mountains to come right down on you. You're going to pull them down on yourself. In my opinion, God gave us a reprieve. It's eventually something like this is going to happen to the world anyway, because that's the prophecies. But I think God gave us a reprieve by putting Trump in there. And you can laugh all you want and you can joke, but like I said, go prove to yourself that I'm full of it or that you're wrong. And see, here's the problem. If I'm right and you're wrong and you supported it and we didn't have enough people to stop it, it won't matter. And you're not going to be in some special group. This is my problem. I got into it with one of the guys from the reservation by where I live here. I know him. I worked with him at one point in time, and I didn't mean to. He thinks I somehow or another disrespected him or his tribe. I'm Indian myself, so that wasn't my point. My point was trying to wake him up. But I'm just going to use this as an example. Most of the Indians are Democrats because they've always been. I don't know why. I can't answer that. I can't answer same way with the black population. A lot of the blacks are finally waking up and realizing they've been used for a long time, and they're waking up to it. But here's the thing: if this new world order is ushered in with you guys' help, the Indian nations can forget it. There won't be anymore. Your treaties, everything will be gone. You'll be a slave just like everybody else, and you'll be killed just like everybody else will be killed. There won't be any difference. You're not going to be treated special. You're not going to get treated differently. You're not going to have different issues because you got treaties. It has nothing to do with any of that. It's over. You guys that are in the gay community and stuff, there's very few countries on this planet that don't kill gays for being gay. This country is one of them that doesn't. I personally feel that those things are wrong, but I don't want to hurt anybody over it. And this country is like that. This country, what do I want to say? I guess it doesn't sound right, but I don't know any other way to say it. This country tolerates gays. But I don't want them teaching this gene crap to my kids or any of this other thing. And that's what's happening right now. And that's just part of everything that's being pushed by the New World Order to destroy the family unit, to destroy genders, all of that. It's all a plan. You guys think you won something and are ushering in a new era of life, and you're not ushering in anything. This was all planned, and the eventual outcome of that will be just like it is everywhere else in the world. When this becomes a dictatorship, which it will, they are going to do the same thing the rest of the world has done. They're not going to tolerate gays. They're not going to tolerate this. They're not going to they're going to kill you all. They're going to kill us all before it's over. And they think they can do it because they have this AIT, and those of you that know about understand that, they don't think they need humans around except for them. And see, that's where the Democrats and the Republicans that have bought into it and everything, there's no place at the round table for any of you. Any of you congressmen or senators or anybody. Once they're done using you, you're done. And some of you will be the first ones that they kill. You know why? Because they already know they can't trust you. So anyway, I kind of ranted there a little bit, but I'm just trying to get it across to you guys. It's not going to be the same. You think you're for socialism or communism or something like that, and you think that, oh, you'll bring that in and then everybody's going to be equal, and everybody's going to get, yeah, you're going to be equally poor, equally slaved, equally killed. Oh, shoot, all you got to do is look around the world. Pick one. Communists have killed billions of people over the history of the world. And it hasn't changed a bit. It's the same thing, and it's always going to be that way. Because there's always evil people, and once they have that kind of control on you, you're in trouble. And this time around, it's going to be different because there's not going to be a way out. There won't be a way out this time. So, anyway, I'm sorry I ranted, but getting into this thing, this next clip I want you to pay a lot of attention to. It's Maxine Waters, and I want you to see what's on her desk in Congress. And I want you to notice that she's kind of, I don't know, I don't think she's very bright, but she opened her mouth and stuck her foot in it and mentioned socialism and then tried to back out of it, and then eventually came back around and still said the same thing. But I want you to notice what's on her desk and what she's trying to avoid. I want you to read the little note tab she's got right on. Somebody put it there. It says, "Don't mention socialism," right on a sticker. And I want you to see the book that she's got on her desk. And I'm going to tell you that 69 of the Democrat congressmen have that same book. They're not as dumb as she is and have it sitting out on the counter on the desk. But look at it. This is what you're supporting. This is going to bury all of us. That's why I'm putting it up here. That's why I want you to see it. Okay? I'll be back.
What guarantees are you going to give this liberal about how that will reduce the cost of gasoline at the pump if we let you drill where you say you want to drill?
I can guarantee to the American people, because of the inaction of the United States Congress ever increasing prices unless the demand comes down, and the $5 will look like a very low price in the years to come if we are prohibited from finding new reserves, new opportunities to increase supplies.
And guess what this liberal would be all about? This liberal will be all about socializing, would be about basically taking over and the government running all of your companies.
Okay, I gotta hurry here. This is taking longer than I wanted it to, but if that doesn't stir something within you, there's something wrong with you. That book is the Communist Manifesto, okay? And these people believe in it. They believe in it because it fits into what the New World Order wants. It's what they're pushing for. And it's what these people are trying to do right now. All of it fits the what I mentioned, the 10 steps to communism, the guns, the free speech, ownership of land, all the things that are coming into play right now, you guys. Shoot, in our state, Washington, this Democrat governor we've got already put a carbon tax in, and they haven't even settled the issue of climate change yet. That's because it doesn't have anything to do with that. But anyway, you guys, you have to prove this stuff to yourself. I mean, I don't know how else to do it. This isn't some made up tape. This is her sitting right there talking to the executive from Shell Oil Company. And she's sitting there with it right on her desk. And if you look at the people around her, they're kind of smirking like, oh boy. Well, that's because she's just not the brightest cookie in the jar. Okay, but she just gave away everything right there. And you guys have to understand that. You have to open your eyes and start understanding this, because we're in so much trouble right now. I have no reason to do this other than to try to tell you guys. Go prove it. Prove it to yourself. You don't have to prove anything to me. Okay? Now, I gotta hurry. I'm gonna put it up here. I'm gonna put the definitions up here of a lot of you out there that are Democrats and on the left side. You've been calling conservatives and everything. You've been calling them Nazis, and you've been calling Trump Nazis, communists, and fascists. You don't even know what it means. And I'm going to show you right here. I'm going to put up the definitions that I pulled out, Googled out, and then I'm going to show you what fascism and Nazism is. They're basically the one and the same thing, and they're all involved with racial in some guys. But it isn't the conservatives. It's not Donald Trump. It's not overall. It's not the Republican Party at all. But the Democratic Party and the people, George Soros, New World Order, the people being funded and out on the streets, protesting and everything. These are the fascists. They're calling other people fascists. And I'm just going to put it up there, and then I'm going to hurry and I'm going to put up some videos of Antifa, LGBTQ, BLM, all of them in the same groups, because they're all trying to utilize one platform, when in reality, none of them give a crap about each other. They're just using each other, which ironically is what the Democrat Party is doing to them, what George Soros and New World Order is doing to the Democrats, and so forth. So here it is. Read the definitions, understand them, and then look and see who the fascists are. And this is what you support. Okay? I may be back.
All lives matter is actually a violent statement, because the only time that people say all lives matter is in opposition to Black Lives Matter. And it's the most violent statement of love that you can do. It's like
on this side, and that's happening. This side, we're coming over to this other side, and there was a firework that's being thrown at the police. Wow! Big firework just popped off. People are very upset out here. The police are surrounded as well.
Thank you, Seattle, for being one of the most progressive cities in the United States of America. Well, ask him.
If you do not listen to her, your event will be shut down right now.
It will be out. It will be out. Oh, one day when the war is won.
We're going to let you on the mic. Okay. All right, so we are trying to be reasonable. We are trying to be reasonable. We are trying. We're gonna let you on the mic. We are gonna give you the mic. Well, after Senator Sanders. 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 Okay. All right. We're shutting it down. You are shutting it down. You are disrupting this event. You are disrupting the.
Fry like bacon, pigs in a blanket. Fry like bacon, pigs in a blanket. Fry like bacon, pigs in a blanket. Fry like bacon, pigs in
This
a
group
blanket.
marching at the state fair, chanting horrific things. Pigs in a blanket, fry 'em like bacon, they're saying. Casey Stiegel's live in.
Okay. I apologize, you guys. This is longer than I wanted it to be, but this stuff is so important. We're close to losing everything right now. And the only reason you don't believe that right now is because you haven't done the research. You've allowed mainstream media, who's owned and operated by the New World Order, George Soros funded. They have an agenda. And they've sold you a bill of goods, and so far you bought into it because you haven't looked at anything else. You haven't taken the time. You assumed that nobody would be this bad. And the sad reality is, it's way past bad. When you get into some of the other stuff, it's way past there. But I'm going to call an end to this, but what you just saw, all of that is fascism. That's Nazism. That's it. Right there, you're looking at it. And this is all I can tell you. Those people don't represent anything I believe in. period. I've had my issues with policemen before. Nothing like this, I don't think, but no. And the Constitution, we haven't been perfect, you guys. I don't think anybody has ever said that or thought that. But we're the best thing going on this planet. And our Constitution allows us to continue to grow and to get better and to be better about things. But it doesn't happen like this. This is a planned move to destroy this country. And the sad part about it is right now it's working because so many of you guys are so naive about what's going on. So I'm challenging you right now. Like I said, you don't have to prove anything to me, but you better prove it to yourself, and you better do it now. And it doesn't come in the guise of mainstream media because they're lying to you, period. And like I said, if I'm right and you don't do anything about it, it's going to be over. And there won't be anything that anybody can do about it. If I'm wrong, then who gets hurt? If you listen to me and try to help change this thing, who gets hurt if I'm wrong? I'm not wrong. I've seen too much. I've read too much. But that's my challenge. And like my title, I think I said, what are you going to do? You need to answer that now. Right now. Because we are so close to losing it all, you guys. You won't believe it if you actually start doing the research. You'll be like I was 4 years ago. You'll be shocked at what's really going on. But like I said, that little part there with Maxine Waters, that should have woke a whole lot of you up right there. I hope it does. Anyway, I care about you guys. We need your help. You got to stop this infighting, and you got to get the truth. You have to get to the truth, and you're not going to get it from MSNBC or CNN or even Fox or New York Times or Washington Post or Huffington Post. They're already censoring Facebook, Twitter, and so forth. Some of you haven't been affected yet, but you will be. Right now, you may think it's okay because you've heard it was so-and-so or it was this or that. Yeah, that's now. And it's okay with you because you didn't like them anyway. But you're next. How are you going to do it then? How are you going to feel about it? What are you going to do? And I mean that seriously. What are you going to do? Save your life, your family, your children? I'm begging you, man. Prove me wrong. Prove it to yourself. All right. Take care. Love you guys. Bye.